Hello guys, Dirk the Red Panda here again with Tennis Ace, and it's not just any regular episode of Tennis Ace. This is the 50 plus subscriber special. We are almost at 60 subscribers. It's just so hard to think about, to think that, this many people that, can be just total strangers to you are interested in the same thing as you and wanting to see you do it and just, you just blossom as a creator, just it's kind of like a journey with all you guys. I don't know, I'm just kind of at a loss for words, and every YouTuber is when they have these specials. I'm only at 50, my goodness, if I was at something really high, I'd probably just be choking on my words a lot more. But yeah, it's one of those things, it's a two-way street. You guys watch and comment and critique and, enjoy this stuff. And then as a creator, I supply and, show my creative passion for this. So it's kind of enjoyable for both of us, or both sides of it. Yeah, I really just don't know what else to say about that. I should probably talk about the questions that I'm going to do. So between the readings in this video, I'll be answering some of your guys' questions as a part of this special. So yeah, part of this is to read this whole entire day 8 in honor of the special. And I decided to add this too, to answer you guys' questions. Just to, say thanks for this. Man, I remember saying that I was gonna have shorter intros for Tennis Ace. And man, I totally went backwards on that for this episode. How long has it been? Checking my phone. 2.5 minutes, or 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Not 2.5 minutes, but wow. It's about to be 2.5 minutes now. Yeah, I should probably get into the reading now so I don't bore you guys. And with that out of the way, let's get into the reading. The bell rings, announcing the start of homeroom. Or at least it should. Most students just look around the class uncomfortably as Shima-sensei is absent again. Again? What is this? The 4th time this month? Some of the students begin to chat among themselves. Some complaining, others just taking this as an opportunity to kick back and relax. Regardless, the classroom starts becoming more and more rowdy as the time passes by. Don't be so critical, Kyo-chan. He might just be running a little late, or he might have had something to deal with. Still, don't you think multiple times a month is a little bit much? Plus, he always nags if someone is a little bit late. Well... Jin, you're eating in class again? Put those chips away! But Shima-sensei isn't here yet, so what's the problem? The problem is, you're covering your table with crumbs. Again. At least avoid making a mess. Oh, sorry. Jeez, they really are a rowdy bunch. Well, most of them. And still, the thing that bothers me the most is the missing tiger boy. Not this again. I'm getting flashbacks from last week already. What? Nico-kun, is Kobayashi-kun going to be late today again? Man, he only transferred here last week, but I already feel like he's late more often than not. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. I wonder what excuse he's going to give me this time. Just as my mind begins to wonder, the sound of the door being opened whisks me back to reality. I turn around to look and... Huh? Oh, Katsuragi-sensei, what brings you by? class rep immediately gets up to greet her. As always, she's quick to wear a smile on her face, looking ever so warm and gentle. "Ah, Kitsugawa-chan, just who I was hoping to see. Come here with me for a second." She beckons Rep to her and she quickly follows. They both shut the door just as they go outside. A bunch of students immediately press themselves against the door, trying to listen in on their conversation. What are you guys even doing? They'll eventually tell us what this is about anyway. Shh! If you're not gonna join in, then at least avoid spoiling the fun. Of course, Jinichiro is among them. I'm not even surprised. Fun. What's fun about pressing myself against a door together with 10-something other guys and risking being caught just to hear some boring news about? Huh? It looks like there's a new student transferring here today? The entire class immediately stands at attention. The students that had been sitting in their chairs, minding their own business, are immediately drawn into the peeking. What? Really? 2 weeks after classes started? What? It looks like he's coming from Europe. Yeah, maybe he's going to be some supermodel transferring here because he got a job in Japan. Well, hang on a second. Who said it's gonna be a guy? It's totally gonna be a chick. I'm calling it. Ugh, gross. You're already thinking of putting the moves on the transfer student? You were just thinking the same thing. Was not. The class immediately erupts in chatter about the latest gossip. What's so exciting about this anyway? Aren't you people just getting a bit carried away? Hey, settle down, will ya? I can barely hear what they're... Most of the students that were peeking through the door immediately scurry to their seats as they hear something on the other side. Poor Jin, on the other hand, wasn't listening and... What? He falls face first onto the floor as soon as the doors open. Katsuragi-sensei is standing next to the door, staring strictly at the mouse that just fell to her feet. Class rep is standing next to her, face-palming. Jin. Her tone is dry and full of disappointment. Although knowing her, I'm sure she's disappointed at him being caught instead of him spying to their conversation. You could barely hear what they're... What? Is that what you are trying to say, Nezumiro-kun? Hello, Katsuragi-sensei. She gives him a cold smile. A smile capable of sending shivers down the spine of whomever she directs it at. You will see me after class. She says it simply, as if she were telling him the time of day. Jinichiro immediately slumps on the ground, tears welling up in his eyes as if he were an anime character. Yes, ma'am. So pathetic. Katsuragi-sensei smiles, patting Rep on the shoulder. Well, I trust that you will take care of this for me, right, Kitsugawa-chan? Yes, ma'am. She waves us goodbye as she walks down the corridor, back to the staff room. The class rep looks down at the floor at Jinichiro, who is still sobbing like a child. Oh, come on. Get up from the floor already. That's pathetic. She said it. She straight up said it. That's so rude. Have some pity on me, for Christ's sake. He immediately springs up from the floor. No, it's your fault for getting caught. You should have known something like this would happen. You're a devil woman. Well, someone seems to have bounced back really fast. As expected of the class rep, she knows how to provoke people very easily. Guys, can I have your attention for a second? She walks to the front of the class and everyone goes quiet to pay attention. Even Jin gets back to his seat, still huffing and kicking, but he sits quietly nonetheless. The entire class is filled with expectation. I guess the talk of an overseas student really got everyone excited. Everyone, listen up. Katsuragi-sensei wanted me to tell you guys that Shima-sensei has called in sick today, so we'll be doing free studies during homeroom. Still, no one is allowed to leave the classroom. That is all. Huh? The room is enveloped in a different kind of silence. Now that everyone's expectations were broken, confusion has settled in. Wait a second, what about the transfer student? Transfer student? Don't play dumb, we know we heard her talking about a foreign student. What are you talking about? Ayako, is there really no transfer students? Seems like the whole class is invested in this idea of a transfer student. Even Kyoko, who usually keeps herself separated from her class's usual intrigue, is curious about it. This is the first I've heard of it. Sensei didn't mention anything like that to me. Huh? Seriously? Oh, I was looking forward to meeting the foreign student. The murmurs of disappointment became so loud, it sounds like one giant wail coming from our class. A few years later, our class would be inducted into our school's 7 giant mysteries as the Wailing Class. Legend would go that anyone to hear these sounds would have their soul taken away to the afterlife in 3 days. Just kidding. Class rep watches it for a few seconds before clearing her throat again, drawing attention back to herself. Well, either way, you guys already know what to do. So either you study like you're supposed to, or at least keep your voices down so as not to distract the ones who will. Her icy glare is enough to make most people flinch. Well, she didn't become class representative on good looks alone. She's very good at discipline and demanding respect. In a matter of seconds, the entire class immediately separates into 2 groups, those who are actually working or studying, and those who are playing around. I myself have no idea what to do. Jun isn't around, so I can't just talk to him. Although admittedly, I'd probably end up tutoring him. If there's one thing I learned about the tiger since he joined, is that he's academically terrible. I have to make sure he doesn't fail. Maybe I could tag along with someone else? I will... Sup? Yo. Kumagawa doesn't even look up from his screen to greet me. Not that it bothers me anyway, I've grown used to it over the years. What are you playing this time? Toru. That bullet hell game released early this year that got so panned by critics that it actually caused its studio to close down? That Toru? Very same. And why exactly are you playing that? I like it. He barely looks up from the screen for half a second and stares to the side in the direction of class rep's seats. Let me guess, you're mad at Rep for mocking your liking of dating sims, so you plan to, what, play and badmouth a game she really likes? Pander to her love of failed games? He furrows his brow for a second, pressing pause on his screen and setting the console down. He sighs deeply and rubs his forehead. It strikes me that this is the most emotion I've seen on his face in quite a while. Okay, fine. If you really want to know, this shit is terrible. It's the worst game I've ever played, by far. So, you're sitting here on your free time, playing something you absolutely hate, just so you can bash it to her later? Yes. Alright, now tell me, this is a victory for you. How exactly? He blinks for a few seconds, realization finally dawning on him. She'd probably laugh at me for doing this, wouldn't she? I think she'd derive sadistic pleasure from seeing you like this, yes. Kumagawa looks to the side, a hint of red tinting his cheeks. Don't worry, I'll pretend I never saw you playing this. Your reputation with class rep is safe. Thank you. Nope! Class rep shows up from behind Kumagawa, grabbing his video game from the table and looking up at the screen. Oh cool, Toru! I didn't expect this sort of thing from you, Kuma-chan. Give it back. Sure, here you go. She gently places the console back in his hands, a sly smile on her face. So, what do you think of the game? Kumagawa furrows his brow. It looks like he's trying hard to come up with something to say. It's the worst thing I've ever played in my life. It's totally unbalanced, its controls are ass, it's repetitive, all characters are essentially the same. How do you even like this? She smiles, a devious smile that immediately sends a shiver down my spine. I don't. I just like seeing the desolate look in people's faces when they played on my recommendation. What? Kumagawa gapes as class rep chuckles. What a sly little fox. Kudos to you though. I didn't actually have to say anything and you played it anyway. I have to say, your reaction was glorious. Kumagawa sits completely still, almost paralyzed. His mouth is hanging completely open. His eyes are slits. Frankly, this is the most emotion I've ever seen on his face. It's almost kind of funny. You... What's wrong, Kuma-chan? Cat got your tongue? Ayako, hurry up! What are you even doing? She puts both her hands behind her back, curving herself so that she stands eye level with Kumagawa. She smiles innocently, chuckling. Oops, have to get back to my studies. Have fun playing Toru, Kuma-chan. She walks back to her chair, skipping along the way. Kyoko glares at her the whole time. Well, that was something. Kumagawa face desks his table so hard that the metal legs wobble. Ah, Kumagawa! I try to reach for him, thinking he might have hurt himself, but he holds his hand up, telling me to stop. He eventually lifts his head up from the table, and I can see a huge red mark on his forehead, as well as blood dripping from his nose. Oh God, your nose is bleeding. Hang on. I take a napkin from my bag and clean his nose with it. He doesn't refuse me. Hang your head back to stop the blood from dripping down. He does as he's told. I keep pressing the napkin against his snout to stop any blood that might be flowing. Are you insane? What did you do that for? I'm fine. Don't worry about it. It's just a little blood. You're pronouncing fine as fine. You're not fine. Sorry. Sorry too. Kumagawa rolls his eyes, groaning. The bleeding isn't stopping. You're gonna have to stay like this until it does. Either that or go to the doctor's office. I'll be fine. Fine. Just give me my console back. Nope, you're not gonna play until your nose stops bleeding. I quickly pocketed his console, taking it away from his reach. But... No buts. You should have thought about this before you slammed your head on a desk. He crosses his arms, pouting. Still, he does as I tell him, staying perfectly still in his chair with the napkin shoved inside his bloody nostrils. The bleeding doesn't stop until the end of homeroom, though. So we're gonna take a break here and answer some of your questions. The first question I received comes from Wolfstar Prime asking, what inspired you to make your own channel? Well, I kind of was watching some of the furry gamers, like furry visual novel gamers, such as like Decker Link, Yuki Kuki, kind of your basic ones that, a lot of people watch. And I kind of got the idea, why not I try do it, but with my voice, since I always, not to be very like arrogant or anything, I always thought I had that good like reading voice, like an audiobook type of reading voice. I think I've mentioned that before. And I just thought, what if I did that, but I kind of read them like that, so it's visual novels, but read as novels. And then I kind of deviated into doing kind of some voice acting with it too. To my best of my abilities. Don't really have that naturally. Yeah, so that's kind of how I started this channel. Just thought visual novels as audio novels. Alright, the next question comes from Haru Glory, who asks, who's your favorite character so far in all the VNs you've played? And if you were to date one of them, who would it be and why? For this is pretty tough. I mean, I'm thinking about novels I've played or novels I've like watched / played. So in all the VNs I've played, I'd probably say in terms of like likability, I would definitely go with Jun or TJ from Echo. Like we haven't played Echo much on here, but from my past experiences of playing it, I just love like TJ's just kind of wholesomeness. Jun has the same wholesomeness, but he's a bit more unaware of it. Like if anybody wants to know what TJ is like, honestly, I think they're both kind of like one and the same, where it's like they're just such innocent beings and you're like, I don't want to corrupt their innocent minds. Yeah, I actually would probably go with Jun or TJ as my favorite characters in VNs I've played. If I were to date one of them, I'm probably going to deviate from Jun or TJ. Like, as much as I like them as characters, I wouldn't go to say that they'd be my first choices in dating. Definitely Shuichi as a good choice. I've even made some comments about, yo, Shuichi plays volleyball. If we played beach volleyball, I would be his partner. Yeah, so, I mean, I think that Shuichi would be a good one. From extracurricular activities, which I haven't played on here, but I've played before, I'd probably say Spencer would be my top choice out of them all. Or that and Dozer. Like, if you know Dozer from extracurricular activities, gentle giant pretty much, but he's got a great head on his shoulders. Like, love his personality. I don't know how else to describe him. Like, loves his plants. Very, very caring for people. Supposed to be a sports medicine something. Forget. I haven't played in a while because I've been playing all the games on here, but yeah. So my choices for, like, if I had to date between Dozer, Spencer, and Shuichi, Shuichi would be my top choice. And so I'm going to do one more question before we go on to the next scene. Just because I don't answer it here doesn't mean I'm not answering your question. Just means I'm trying to split it out kind of evenly. This last question comes from Santiago Marrero Rolon. Hopefully I got that right. Alright, here it goes. Hi Dirk, here's my thought. There's a lot of furry visual novels out there since the popularity of More Natsu that brought a lot of inspiration towards furry artists, writers, and programmers. Since we're in a time and era where we can make our own video game at our own home PC. Very true. I've tried to do it myself a little bit. Can go into that a bit later. Anyway, the question is, what are your plans on other visual novels out there you're looking forward to play/share on YouTube? I know there's a lot of them, but which one is on your bucket list? Here's the thing on that. If I really had any on deck, I actually have like one, but I don't know really when I would play it. It's called Thirst Chasm. I don't really have much of an idea of what to do with it. I kind of downloaded it when I downloaded Hasty Night and After Class. I mean, I saw it as different, like, hey, it's not really a novel, it's more of like just a game with furries, but yeah, it seems like more of like an adventure game, or I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like, your Pokemon, kind of Legend of Zelda type of game, where it's like, an adventure type of game, I think that's what it's more like. But I really don't have much of what I'm looking forward to. I have to look into that more. I just haven't had time with that because school year started, and that's just invested a lot of my time. So in terms of finding new things, I've kind of been on a standstill with that. I probably have to wait till like the end of the semester with that because I have no weeks off till my winter break. Fun. But yeah, going back to the whole thing about visual novels being very homemade and stuff like that, yeah, it's very amazing how many one-man shows there are with these visual novels. Like, you got Sandra MJ making the Hasty Nights, kind of like bare bones of it, coding, art, writing from herself, and then just getting add-ons of other people from there. Then you got I Hear About Repeat being made by Shirokoi himself. Like, that's another one-man show. And yeah, you can either do these one-man shows or even get everybody on board to like help out and create this great game. Another game that I really liked that I saw on Deckerlink's channel was Regal Tales. Really amazing. I'm trying to think of the time frame, but it is an adventure game, and just it's only started in its demo phase, and you got like a full team of people working on this, like 4 or 5 people. And then, yeah, you got, like, with Echo, they have, like, I forget if it's, like, 5 or something. Like, they have a whole team for HTBH games. Yeah, it makes it so easy to, like, do one man or to bring a team on and to like, pump up, like, the quality and, like, time dedicated to it. And with that, you also get voice actors and stuff like that with many of these games. Like, it's impressive to see some of the really good games having high tier voice actors. Like, Which one that... I mean, even the Hasty Nights, I mean, playing that, a one-man show creating the game, but then she got voice actors from all over the place doing this, and it's like they're all good voice actors, and you're like, it just brings the game to life. Yeah, I kind of went a bit too long on the ramble for this last question, but it's a very good question, Santiago. And like Kat said, I think it's Kat, yeah, you did kind of have a news reporter like feel to this. You really are giving out some good insight on the visual novel scene in the furry community. Thanks so much, Santiago. Let's get back to the novel. A few hours later. Morning. Yo. Shuichi and Saya stroll in through the open door, walking towards our usual lunch-eating spot. Huh? Where's Jun-kun? He's a no-show today. I tried messaging him, but I didn't have any luck. Shuichi pulls up a chair and quickly sits in it, placing his lunchbox gingerly on the table. I wonder if something happened to him. Saya quickly follows suit, opening her lunchbox to unveil a poorly organized mess of a lunch. There it is. The whatever the hell this is lunchbox. What is in there today? Seafood? Ding ding ding, we have a winner. But seriously, why should I care if my food is messy? It's all gonna be mixed up in my stomach either way. It's also going to turn into shit inside your body anyway. Does that mean you'd eat shit to speed up the process? Can we please not talk about eating shit during lunchtime? Sorry. Shuichi huffs grumpily, grabbing his pair of chopsticks and quickly separating the two. He opens the lid to his lunchbox, revealing a very well organized and pretty looking lunch. Saya eyes his food with desire, looking back and forth between her own lunchbox and his. Shukun, No. He cuts her down before she even has time to finish her sentence. At least let me finish talking. I already know what you're going to ask me. Are you really sure of that? I might have wanted to ask you something completely different. Different from what? From asking for your lunchbox? See, that's what you're going to ask me. Shuichi is crazy good with words sometimes. He quickly got her to admit this is what she was planning from the start. Oh, come on. Yours is a girl's lunchbox. Wouldn't it suit me better? If it really is a girl's lunchbox, the last person in this table that should have it is you. Gah. Oh, come on, pretty please. From negotiating to pleading, Saya sure is quick to discard her dignity. I already said no. Just eat your food. Yet Shuichi doesn't budge. He calmly ignores her, lazily munching on his food. You're so stingy. I should ask Hitoka-chan to pack my lunch for me too. Please don't try to take advantage of my little sister. What's the big deal? She packs a lunchbox for you. I don't ask her to. She just does it because she wants to, and I eat it because I don't want to upset her. Are you saying you wouldn't eat it otherwise? No, of course I'd eat it. Hitoka's food is delicious. Well, she lives with your mother, so it was either learning how to cook or dying of food poisoning. That's true. At least someone in the family can cook. Shuichi's attention quickly snaps to me. He sits in a spot, blinking in confusion at my statement. What do you mean? What about me? Oh shit, I let it slip. Sai immediately freezes up as she notices my blunder. No, I mean in the household. Yeah, I meant that at least someone in that house knows how to cook. You know, since you don't live with them, you don't count. Shit, was I too obvious? That's true. You could certainly see it that way. Sai and I breathe out a collective sigh of relief. Thank God you're gullible, Shuichi. Oh, and I've almost forgot. Did you guys hear the news yet? Oh yeah, that's true. Katsuragi-sensei came over to our class this morning to tell us. You mean about Shima-sensei being sick, right? Yeah, that came as a shock to me too. Class rep shows up out of nowhere, putting a hand on Shuichi's shoulder. Though she has a gentle smile on her face, her voice sounds oddly stern. They both look awkwardly at each other for a few seconds. Class rep walks behind Shuichi, putting her hands on his shoulder and leaning on him for a bit. Right, Shokun? Ow, Ayako-chan, you're hurting me. She wears a sweet smile on her face, but her hands are squeezing Shuichi's shoulders so hard that I'm afraid she'll puncture him with her claws. I give up. Shuichi taps her arms frantically like a wrestler tapping out of a fight he can't win. Well, anyway, I'm glad you guys heard the news. Bye! She merrily walks out of the classroom, skipping on her step. What was that about? I thought I was going to die. I wonder if something happened to Aya-chan today. Seriously, is no one worried about me right now? Saya waves him off. He'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You're such jerks. The sound of the door echoes. Huh? Jun walks through the door. I'm so shocked by his sudden appearance that I'm left unable to react as the tiger plops down on his chair. What? Are you okay, Kobayashi-kun? You don't look so hot. I'm fine. Really? You don't look fine. You look like crap. No offense. None taken. He rummages through his bag, pulling out his own lunchbox. He looks at it for a few seconds with a sour expression, eventually shoving it into his bag and settling it down on the floor. You're not gonna eat? I don't have much of an appetite right now. Jun slumps down on his table. What happened today that's got you so down? My competition's tomorrow, remember? Oh, is that Shuichi jabs me square in my ribs with his open hand. Jeez, his hand feels like a knife stabbing right through me. Ow! I painfully rub my side as Shuichi glares at me. It's fine, Shuichi-san. I already expected Nico-san to forget anyway. Oh fuck. The way I said it made it transparent that I had forgotten about it. Sorry, Jun. I swear I was going to watch you. Honest. There's no point anyway. I've been forbidden from taking part by my parents. What? Why? I've gotten a little ill recently, and they decided it'd be better if I didn't push myself. Is it that again? Jun nods. The expression in his face is so strained. That. What's that? Oh, how do I put it? I had to take Jun-kun to the infirmary last week because of, a spike in blood pressure caused by stress. He got dizzy and felt lightheaded, and that triggered a panic attack, so he couldn't breathe. Jun stares at Shuichi in amazement, completely bewildered by his words. You have excellent memory, Shuichi-san. I try. Anyway, they're really going to keep you from participating because of that, then? Yeah, said I wasn't allowed to touch the piano until the doctor okayed me again. They're afraid I'd relapse. It's bullshit. Whoa, never thought I'd live to see the day when a cuss word would come out of your mouth. I'm really pissed, so don't be surprised. Saya starts patting him on the back, talking to him with a sweet, gentle voice. Oh, there. You'll feel better soon, I promise. Mizuguchi-san, I'm not a child. Really? Because you certainly act like one sometimes. I guess I can't disagree with that. Oh, so he does have some self-awareness. Aren't you guys supposed to be trying to make me feel better? We are, but teasing you is too much fun. You suck. I'm just joking to try and get you to lighten up. Shuichi runs his fingers through Jun's head fur for a few seconds, then he starts vigorously tousling it. Lighten up a little, will ya? Shu-san, stop it. Well, aren't you two cute together? Jun smiles, drumming his fingers on the table. You know, I could just go to the competition anyway. Without your parents' approval? It's not like they could stop me from going on stage anyway. I'm old enough to make decisions for myself. Sorry to burst your bubble, but the age of majority is 20 years old, not 19. Yeah. You could just show up there without saying anything and perform as if nothing happened. I mean, I don't think your parents will have told the staff about you not participating anymore. Oh, that's true. Don't give him ideas. Oh, come on, he's old enough to know what he wants to do. I'm not telling him he should do it, but if he cares more about participating in the competition than caring for his health, what's it to you? But fine. He can do whatever he wants, you're right. Saya blinks multiple times in confusion. That's weird. You're usually self-righteous to a fault. I was looking forward to arguing with you. It's no fun if you just lie down and take it. When did you turn into Urushihara? She smiles, shrugging in delight. I understand why he does it. Antagonizing you is loads of fun. To borrow a phrase from Jun, you suck. Saya laughs, snorting every now and then. Oh good, you're all here. Keisuke walks into the room carrying a thick magazine in his hands. Kei-chan, what are you doing here? Take a look at this. He throws this magazine on the center of the table, nearly knocking down some of our food. It's this month's copy of Saitama's Spo Mag. Look at what it says on the cover. Let's see. It's... Saya gasps, picking up the magazine and nearly shoving her face in it. Huh? What is it? Is something wrong? It's you! Nico-kun, you're on the cover of the magazine! What? Give me that! I snatch the copy away from her hand and examine it myself. Shuichi and Jun try scooting closer to see it as well, and I can't help but feel a bit claustrophobic. It's true. The cover says Rising Star Month. They dedicated this edition to writing articles about promising athletes in multiple fields? That's pretty cool, actually. That's not all either. Look inside. We all got our own articles, even me. Oh wow, gimme. He snatches it out of my hand and starts flipping through the pages excitedly. Hey, I wasn't done with that. Shh. Aha, found mine. Let's see, what does it say? Scouts will want to be keeping an eye on 18-year-old Shuichi Urata, who should be graduating from high school this year. Urata has become well known as one of Japan's best setters and has received the Saitama Best Setter Award 3 times in a row already. Urata's superior precision as a setter, coupled with a varied offensive repertoire, make him the foundation of his team's attack. Many professional teams have expressed an interest in scouting him after he is finished with his studies, but when approached for an interview, setter Urata declined to comment. That's odd. I don't remember being approached for an interview. Let's see what else is here. Even so, we firmly believe that setter Urata has a bright future ahead of him if he chooses to pursue a career in volleyball, and it wouldn't be at all unthinkable if he became the face of Japan's national team sometime in the near future, as he... Alright, that's enough. Quit hogging the spotlight. I want to see my article too. Keisuke takes the magazine forcefully from Shuichi. What? Didn't you already read yours? At least let me finish mine. I didn't. As soon as I saw it, I came over to show you guys. Learn to share. Let's see. Keisuke Arushihara was already a very discussed name in the media, as the young aspiring athlete is also the heir of the multi-millionaire Arushihara Corporation. While he has been toiling behind Mishimaya for a while, we have seen some steady climb in his national rank, and many believe he might soon make a breakthrough. Arushihara's style is based around strategy and analysis, and many have compared his superior tactics to Japan's #1 player, Takagi Tanabe, who stayed as #1 in Japan for the past 3 years. Only the future will tell what we can expect from this young athlete, but we will have high hopes for him. Not only that... Alright, that's enough. Give it back now. The two start wrestling for the magazine, pulling it on a childish dispute of tug-of-war. Stop behaving like kids! I don't care, I want to finish reading my article. It's my magazine, I'm the one who bought it. I get to read mine first. Guys, you're making too much... Shut up, shut it. The two continue to struggle for the magazine. Eventually, just as we all already expected, Shuichi wins and takes the magazine from Keisuke. This result was already pretty obvious considering how much stronger Shuichi is. But Keikun's hand slips and Shuichi loses his balance when the magazine is suddenly released. He tumbles back on his seat and ends up hitting Jun square in the face with the magazine. How? What? Jun-kun, are you alright? Settle down, it's just a magazine. You're not gonna break his nose with that. But I could have hit him in the eye. What if he... Jun gives him a few taps on the shoulder, rubbing his own nose with a pained expression. Shuichi-san, I'm fine. Just, please don't hit me in the face anymore. Yes. Jun grabs hold of the magazine in Shuichi's hand and takes it away from him. He does it so gently and smoothly that Shuichi doesn't even register it at first. What? Hey! I want to read the article on Nico-san. He's on the cover, so I imagine he must have a more detailed article. And remember, you did just hit him in the face with the damn thing. At least let him use it as he wants to. That's fair. Wait, but that's my Shh. Saya calmly shuts him down before he has the chance to really say anything. Saitama's very own rising star, Nico Mishimaya, is set to have his professional debut at the end of this year, with many people anxious to see how he performs in his last year in the junior rankings, as that could set the tone for the beginning of his career. Despite a few setbacks in later years and having some performance issues when it counted most, Mishimaya is still cited by many sports critics to be one of Japan's most promising athletes across all categories. He has the body of a trained athlete, keen senses and reflexes, the mind of a chess master. He is the force to be reckoned with on the courts. Will this be the year when he finally defeats Takagi Tanabe and claims the title of Japan's #1 junior? We can only speculate by this point, but many of us hope to see it. Shuichi looks up from the magazine for a second, giving me a pointed stare. Mind of a chess master, really? Hey, I'm not the one who wrote this. Still, that's really high praise coming from them. I'm not surprised. The chief editor of this magazine has always had a boner for Nico. What? Mizuguchi-san! What? It's true. Even when he loses, he gets glowing reviews every time. He's had something written about him in this magazine almost every month for the past 3 years. That level of fanaticism sounds like something my dad would do. Your dad's a fan of Nico? Fan doesn't even begin to describe it. Oh, really? What's he like? He has all of your matches from the past 4 years recorded. He rewatches them often and he always shows up to your games, even when they're halfway across the country. Whoa, sounds like you should get a restraining order on him, Nico. No offense. It's fine. My dad means well, but he can definitely be a little intense. Well, I can certainly see the family resemblance. What do you mean? Keikun sighs, rubbing the bridge of his nose in exasperation. No, nothing. Never mind. Jun cocks his head to the side in confusion, a gesture that has easily turned into the most adorable thing I've seen all day. Well, now that that's all well and done, can I have the magazine, please? I want to see my article. Oh, there isn't one. The air immediately goes frigid. What do you mean there isn't one? Sai-chan, calm down. What are you talking about? I am calm! The constant cracking of her knuckles says otherwise. No, they didn't overlook you. It's just that this month's edition is focused on male players. Next month is apparently for the girls. Ah. Her body relaxes and we instinctively relax with her. I was already preparing myself for a Saya temper tantrum. Why didn't you say so earlier? You almost gave me the wrong idea here, Kei-kun. She playfully slaps him multiple times on the back. Ow, 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 Mizuguchi-san, it hurts. Oh, don't be such a baby. It was just some light taps. As if a cute little girl could hurt you. Where's the cute little girl? I don't see her. Oh, Urata, do you want me to punch you? Saya-chan, you're scary as a Yakuza leader right now. Jeez, you're so mean. I'm just honest. Then don't be. Hey, what's that at the gate? My attention immediately snapped to the side where I see Jin staring intently at the window. What's wrong, Jin? Is that a guy riding a horse? Huh? Everyone's attention immediately snaps to the front gate as we see what looks like a white horse galloping towards the entrance. What? You've gotta be kidding me. Yep, without a doubt, that's someone riding on horseback towards the entrance. Is that Ayako-san? What, Ayako? The horseman comes to a stop in front of the building. Class rep walks up to him and seems to be greeting him. So that's the new student? Huh? Wait, there's actually a new student? Yeah, they informed all the third-year classrooms since he'd be transferring here from Europe. They wanted to make sure everyone would receive him well. He's transferring to this classroom, actually. Wait, what? Where? Where is he transferring from? France, if I'm not mistaken. What? A French boy? He must be so dreamy. I bet he's gonna be cute too. Shit, the last thing I needed is more competition. Now I won't be able to get with any girl. Let's face it, you wouldn't have a chance even if you were the last guy in here. That's too mean! There, bro. We'll get through this together. Shouldn't you be telling me that's not true? Oh, I'm supposed to lie? You suck! Everyone, meet Victor. Before we know it, class rep has already shown up in our class, another fox following in tow. He stood quite a bit taller than class rep, his face covered by beige fur that descended down towards his neck and disappeared inside his uniform. He wore a meek smile as he half hid behind class rep, despite easily standing over her. Haru? His voice came out as a near squeal. It almost looked like his fur was tinted red. Not to mention his Japanese sounded completely broken right now. Wow, he's so cute! He's adorable! The girls that were still in the classroom immediately crowd over him, touching and pulling on him as he looked at them in a panic. Laissez-moi respirer un peu, s'il vous plaît. Keikun twitches as he hears the boy talk. Yeah, his French sounds so cute. His words seem to drive the girls even more wild. Class rep seems to be standing to the side, giggling in delight at this little show. Alright, that's enough. Keikun pushes his way through the mob, reaching up next to the fox and separating all of the girls from him. Everyone stop already, this is ridiculous. Who are you? Aren't you just a second year? Shh, he's the son of the Urashihara Corporation. Huh? As they start to whisper to themselves, it quickly creates a buzz around the group of girls and they seem to quickly disperse. Keikun breathes out in relief as he turns to the fox. Je m'appelle Keisuke Urashihara. C'est un plaisir de vous raconter. The fox's eyes widen in surprise as he hears Keisuke speak in what I assume is French. Vous parlez français? Keisuke smiles, offering a handshake. Oui, monsieur. The fox smiles widely, grabbing hold of Keikun's hand and shaking it with gusto. Keikun, since when did you speak French? Oh, I can understand a few languages. Japanese, English, French, Portuguese, Indonesian, Italian. I'm pretty basic with most of them, though. English and French are the only ones I can actually speak. Huh? That's... wow. Yeah, at least someone can talk to him then. That won't be necessary. Victor can actually speak Japanese. Wait, he can? Yes. I can speak Japanese. Somewhat. Wow, your pronunciation is very good. I can't say it's impeccable, but it's very close. Thank you. Let me introduce myself properly. My name is Victor Chevalier. It's a pleasure to meet you. No, it's too hard to say it. Sorry? Don't worry about it. That's just how Kobayashi is. Just answer me this, though. If you can speak Japanese, then why didn't you when they were hounding you? The girls didn't understand a word of what you said. What did he say anyway? Something along the lines of, back off already, would you? No, that's not quite right. It was more, please, just let me breathe, to be honest. Yeah, but you sound like a wimp with that line. Huh? The guy hasn't been here for 5 minutes and Keisuke is already making jokes at his expense. Keikun, at least let him get acclimated with us before you start cracking jokes about him. Oh, sorry. He steps away, looking awkwardly at Victor. The fox, on the other hand, looks at us in curiosity. So you're my new classmates, right? Oh yeah, my name's Nico Mishimaya. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Jun Kobayashi. Nice to meet you, Vikun, but... Oh hey, I like the sound of that. Vikun. It's catchy. I'll go with that too. Nice to meet you, Vic-kun. I'm Keisuke from Class 2A. I'm Shuichi Urata from Class 3A. I'm not your classmate, but I do come over here a lot, so you'll probably see me often. He is also the president of the student council, so don't hesitate to go to him if you have some sort of problem. Oh, that's cool. I'll make sure to keep that in mind. Me next! I'm Saya Mizuguchi from Class 3A. Bon voyage! Bon voyage? Yeah, that's nice to meet you in French, right? Keikun bursts out in laughter. What? Did I say something wrong? Bon voyage is French for have a safe trip. What? He hasn't even had time to arrive properly yet, and you're already shoving him out the door and telling him to leave. What? That's not what I meant. Stop laughing, Keikun. Keikun! In a single second, she grabs hold of him in a neck choke. Ow. All right. I'm sorry. Please let go. I can't breathe. Are these two always like this? Oh yes. You've seen nothing yet. That's scary, to be honest. You're gonna have to get used to it sooner or later if you're going to be in this class. Oh, keep that in mind too. By the way, Vic-kun, what's up with the horse? In a second, everyone's attention immediately snaps to the fox as Jean finally asks the question we're all thinking but not saying. Oh, we're going there after all? Huh, okay. What is the deal with the horse? Vic winces, looking away from us for a second, his cheeks becoming red again. I kinda lost a bet. A bet? Well, not really a bet, more like, how should I put it? My older brother made an agreement with me in exchange for help. You see, my parents were initially opposed to me going on an exchange program, and since they're divorced, I don't get much time with my father. My brother, he told me that if he managed to convince my father to let me on this trip, I'd have to show up for my first day of class on horseback. That's pretty wild of him. Honestly, he does this kind of stuff all the time. Tormenting me seems to be his main hobby. That doesn't sound like a healthy hobby. Hey, messing around with your younger siblings can be fun at times. Nico-san too, huh? Guess we should call Child Protective Services before he messes Akiyoshi-kun too badly. I was joking! Well, I guess it could have been worse. He could have imposed a condition like, you must go to school naked on your first day of class. I'd have refused to go on this trip then and there. Huh, I always thought French people didn't really care about modesty. I feel like I should punch you for that. I was joking. Feel free to punch him, Vic-kun. He totally deserves it. Trust me when I say this. He's like this all the time. I said I was joking. Vic sighs, shaking his head. So, where do I even sit? Do we even have an open seat in our classroom? There are a few in the back, but you'll have to be assigned one by the homeroom teacher. Since he's absent today, Just take any seat you like and he'll deal with it tomorrow. Okay, I guess I'll take this one. It's all the same, really. Victor pulls the chair and throws his bag on top of it. So, I assume it's lunchtime, given how much food I see thrown on top of the tables. Any chance there's a cafeteria here where I can get some food for myself? There is, but if you have any love for life, don't eat there. It's not that bad. It's only a few dishes that suck. The rest is perfectly edible. You're just being nitpicky because you're used to fancy stuff. My lunchbox is literally salad, rice, and sausages. What's fancy about that? Huh, yeah, wow. Totally not what I was expecting. What exactly were you expecting? Gold leaves, diamonds, and pearls? Something along those lines, yeah. You're ridiculous. Heh, I try. Wow, you two seem to get along very well. Not at all. Despite their protest about this sort of stuff, they end up agreeing with each other more often than not. It can be downright disturbing sometimes. Oh, I'm sorry? Ignore them. This two bickering is just another thing that you get used to in time. Oh. Don't ignore me. Hey, that's my line. Hey, stop stealing my line. Both of you, stop. They immediately jump in surprise as Saya's thunderous voice threatens to shake their very core. Jesus, stop behaving like children already. You're both grown men. Sorry. Okay. Is this something else I'll get used to with time? I'll tell you once I get used to it. You'll leave him hanging for a good while then. Quite likely. You two are ruthless. Saya chuckles. Look who's talking. Saya waves him off, immediately turning around to look Victor in the eye, a move that makes the fox jump. She puts both hands behind her back and curves her body forward, looking at him with a big smile on her face. So, Vic-kun, you said you needed food, right? We could share some of ours with you, right guys? Yeah, totally, for sure. I wasn't even going to eat mine. Wow, that's really nice. But I can't accept that. Why not? We give you a little bit of our 4 lunchboxes. We'll barely notice the difference for ourselves, but you'll still have a good deal of food to eat. Well... She gives his back a few light taps that are more like slaps, giggling. It's okay, isn't it? This is the perfect opportunity to get to know your new classmates. Not that I'm really your classmate, but that doesn't matter. It's alright, Vic-kun. I've only transferred to this school at the start of this school year, but they've all made me feel very welcome. That's nice to know. I suppose a meal couldn't hurt. How much do I have to pay you guys? You crack me up. As if we'd let you pay for that. But... It's fine, Vic-kun. Come on, let's introduce you to the rest of the class. One by one, preferably. And we have hit another scene transition. So let's take the time to answer a few more of your questions. Once again, if it doesn't get answered in this part, it's probably going to get answered in like the next one. I think the next one's going to be the last one. There's at least 3 transitions, and I'll get to them all by the time I get through all the transitions. So, with that out of the way, let's start off with Aram Commodore, who asks, what games do you like? This is an interesting question because if we're saying like games and not visual novels, I don't really play many games outside of visual novels. Like, I'm pretty busy with my life schedule and stuff. I don't have any consoles really on me, just my computer. But when I do play, I typically just bank off my brother and just go with NBA 2K or GTA. And other than that, when I get the chance, I like to play Mario Kart and Smash. Like, those are my go-to games. Mario Kart, I always play as Luigi, and then Smash, I always play as Fox. I just love Fox's kind of ability set. Always do the quick speed for that. Yeah, I'm pretty bland when it comes to that stuff. I mean, I was a Wii person as a kid. Loved doing the Wii Sports Resort. Had the Wii Fit as a kid for a little bit. And then I gave that away. But yeah, not too much for games. Sorry, Aram. The next question comes from Sebastian Gonzalez asking, how did you find the furry novels? And second, what did you do for your channel? So how I found them was, for some of them I had watched like other people play them, like I did with Echo. I found Decker Link's kind of playthrough on that. Anything else? Oh, that's actually the only one on here that I've found visual novels I played on here. I also played extracurricular activities because of him. And then the other ones, I kind of just shot in the dark and kind of Google searched for visual novels and kind of found what came up. That's how I got Hasty Night and After Class. And then, like I mentioned earlier, Thirst Chasm. And then with Tennis Ace, that's the unique one. I found Tennis Ace because it was in the recommended for extracurricular activities. I thought, this is just probably a ripoff of extracurricular activities. And I was proven very wrong. Turns out that there's a lot more tennis commentary and not critiques, but like just in-depth analysis of tennis in this game. Like, sure, they do a little bit in extracurricular. You got the thwack noise. But yeah, it's a lot more focused on the characters, I think, in extracurricular activities. And then Tennis Ace, I think it's just kind of more about the whole world building. I think it kind of builds the world a little more. But that's just a personal opinion. I could be totally off about that. Yeah, that's how I found the novels. And what did I do for my channel? I'm not sure exactly what this question is asking, but I'm assuming, like, what did I do to kind of, like, you know, maybe gain traction for this stuff and my videos? I mean, I just kind of kept releasing and kind of did, like, a schedule of, like, 2 to 3 times a week. Had some long videos, like, I think, like, that's kind of what this is asking, just kind of what I've done with just, like, my videos in general. But yeah, I kind of follow that same format as, like, many gamers, like visual novel gamers, like, do, like, 30 minutes-ish per video. Definitely a lot more than recently, but I do that and just kind of tag it with, like, hashtag, like, visual novel, name of the game, furry, you know, just kind of get the crowd going. And yeah, the more you post and the more the previous videos get traction, the more your own videos end up, you know, kind of resurfacing, and people tend to then click on the newer ones then as a result. But yeah, that's what I did for my channel. And the last one before we move on comes from Blad Lloyd, who asks, first off, if you're planning on introducing questions with username asked, Don't worry about trying to pronounce mine if you use this, like I tried a few seconds ago. Alright, what's your process with recording these videos? Are you recording the video then dubbing on narration? Or is it narration as the video is recording? Either way, you're doing a great job with these. Thanks, Vlad. So this is the interesting thing with my videos. I may have mentioned this, but I may have not worded it very well to kind of describe it, but with Tennis Ace, this is the only one where I do a screen recording and then dubbing. The rest of my novels, I do like a regular playthrough and just record as it goes. So yeah, with Echo, Hasty Night, and After Class, I kind of do like that first time Let's Play kind of playthrough of it, just to kind of get a genuine feel, and so I can also make commentary and get my 2 cents on the matter and all that. But yeah, with Tennis Ace, I'm trying to go for that very audiobook, straight from the game itself type of reading. And the reason I do that is because I've actually played through Tennis Ace once. Like, I've played through everything at least once, and just coming back to it, I feel like if I did a reaction kind of playthrough with it, it wouldn't feel genuine, and I'd feel like I'd just be trying to kind of come up with reactions, and they'd just be like fake, like, what? I just realized this? When it's like I've known it for maybe a month or so. But then sometimes I kind of regret it because some things totally go over my head and I don't realize how humorous or different it changes my view on the story. Like, you're going to find out something towards the end of this video and it's going to be like, wow, they went there. You'll find out. Don't worry, guys. It's coming. But that's how I do everything. Tennis Ace is multiple takes, more professional, as if it's a finalized audiobook, and then everything else is a regular playthrough, do it for the first time. Oh, and one last thing. Vlad does readings for Echo, and the route he does is Leah's, which it's a very emotionally committing route, to say the least, but Vlad just kills it with the way he reads it, I think. Like, I got onto him more recently after he was mentioned in a podcast, and then fell in love with his work from there. I just always liked the sound of his voice, too. It's very easy to kind of listen to. He also kind of inspired me to, do that audiobook type of voice. So, Vlad, thanks so much for your stuff, and thanks for your questions. Let's get back into the reading. Come on, Miss Maya, put some more spring in your step. Yes. This is exhausting. Coach, you do know there's no point to him working hard if he falls dead from exhaustion, right? Nonsense. This is just a light workout. Not to mention the fact that he has 2 years of slacking off to make up for. Gah. His words have so many barbs on them. I'm honestly amazed. Coach, what happened to that laissez-faire personality you had for the past 2 years? No. He's been doing a series of high-intensity workouts for 2 hours already without breaks. He literally looks like he's about to fall dead. Well, we'll see about that, won't we? Hey Nico, are you really that much of a wimp that you're exhausted from just this? Yes, sir. Saya smiles cockily. Meanwhile, Coach's expression contorts in a look of frustration. I really thought it'd go the other way around. Come on, Nico-kun, let's get you some water and rest before he changes his mind. Saya walks up to me, slowly guiding me to some of the benches we have close to the entrance. You look like a newborn fawn right now. Your legs won't stop shaking. You tried doing all the crap he's putting me through. Crap. I think I might throw up. You throw up on me, and I can assure you it won't be the workout that kills you. So mean. As soon as we reach the benches, I immediately topple over them. I don't think I can ever get up from here. Dial it back a little, okay? He might be overworking you, but he's got a point. You've been slacking for the past 2 years. Yeah, I know. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten that stupid speech you and Shuichi gave me a while ago. It wasn't much of a speech as it was a reality check. Still, I know that I've been running away all this time. I don't need you to keep preaching to me. It doesn't sound like you do. Don't worry, I'm not gonna go back on my word. I made Kei-kun my practice partner for a reason. He's so diligent that it's liable to bring you to tears. I see. And what about that new training menu coach gave you? That working out okay? It's hell. But I do see the point. There are a few things that I should improve in my game. My last match with Kei-kun made that abundantly obvious. Well, see you later then. I still have to get back to my practice. What? Didn't you say you were going to get me some water? I was. Then you said you were never getting up from that bench again. Now I kinda want you to get it yourself. You're awful. Sure am. See ya. She quickly walks away, leaving me alone on my bench, waterless and exhausted. Great. Might as well get it myself. I try standing up, but my legs immediately go nope and buckle under my weight. I immediately fall ass first on the bench again. Well, hey, I know I said it was a joke, but I don't want to be stuck on this bench for the rest of my life. Who are you talking to? I look to the side and see Jun standing there by the entrance, with Vic-kun next to him. No one. No one at all. Did I just get caught talking to myself? Great. That doesn't make me sound crazy at all. Actually, why was I even talking to myself? What's wrong with me? Oh, no, don't go there. What's up, Jun? What brings you to this part of... Ah, screw it. I'm too tired to make a clever joke out of it. I get the feeling it wouldn't be a clever joke even if you weren't. Since when did you become so sassy? Never mind that. I was showing Chef-kun around school and I mentioned Mizuguchi-san and Arushihara-san were in the tennis club, so he wanted to come take a look. I hope that's okay. It is. Don't worry about it. So, Chef-kun, wasn't it Vic-kun just this morning? Anyway, Chef-kun, what got you interested in coming over? Well, I used to play badminton back in France, and I thought, hey, badminton and tennis are kinda similar, right? And decided that I'd come take a look. Sure, they're similar, in about the same way that American football is similar to rugby. Well, the school doesn't have a badminton club, so... It's fine. I'd show you around, but, well... I try getting up one more time, and just like last time, my legs immediately buckle under my weight, forcing me down on the seat again. As you can see, I can barely stand. Wow, you seem to be really fit too. Is practice that tough in this club? Nah, this is specific just to me. Nico-san's the number 2 player in Japan, so he gets a difficult training menu for him. To be fair, our club only has one coach, so he can't possibly create and supervise individual training menus for each and every player. He gives a little extra attention to the ones who draw sponsors for our club, and the others get to choose between a few pre-made training menus. That sounds interesting. I wonder if I could play tennis. If you want, you can give it a try. I can lend you a racket and everything. Really? That'd be great. Although, my rackets are custom made for me, taking in consideration my body build and style of play, so maybe it wouldn't be such a great idea. Shun, could you fetch Keikun for me? You're gonna ask to borrow one of his spare rackets? At first I thought of asking Saya since Vic-kun's build is more in line with hers, but then I remembered that she also has rackets being custom made for her. Wouldn't Keikun just hire a company to make custom rackets for him too? He could if he wanted to, but he said he doesn't want to use his financial status as an advantage. That's surprisingly humble of him. He's an odd guy like that. Anyway, if you will. Sure, I'll be right back. By the way, Vic-kun. Wait, is it going to be Vic-kun or Chef-kun? Either one is fine. Anyway, what made you leave France for Japan? Your family moved here? He fidgets in place at my sudden inquiry, looking unsure. I've always been interested in your culture, so I decided to spend some time abroad here. You know, get some fresh air, and maybe learn a new thing or two. That's an interesting sentiment. I myself don't really know much about the French. Is it true that you guys eat snails? Gah. I can see him physically cringing inwardly at my question. Is it true that you guys enjoy fornicating with tentacled monsters? Exactly. Can we please drop the cultural stereotypes? Sorry. You don't have to get so upset about it. As if he only realized it now, Vic looks at me with shock. Sorry. It wasn't my intention to be rude. He desperately pows, uttering a dozen apologies. It's fine. I asked a rude question. No, I shouldn't have snapped at you. Jeez, lighten up a little. What's going on? Why is Chef-kun bowing? It's nothing. He immediately jumps up, standing as straight as he can, fidgeting on the spot. Anyway, here you go. Urushihara-san just asked that you be careful with it. Okay, thanks. Victor takes hold of the racket, very carefully swinging it around to get a feel for it. It's heavy. It feels a bit weird. Well, you're used to playing with a badminton racket, so I'm not really surprised. If you want to give it a try, ask Coach. The application period has already passed, but since being part of a club is mandatory, I'm sure they'll open an exception for you. Where's the coach? He's the tall crocodile that's walking around the courts somewhere, not sure where exactly. Go look around for a bit. Okay. See ya. Yeah, don't worry so much. You'll be fine. Victor nods and runs off looking for Coach Mikado. Forgot to tell him Coach's name. Will it really matter? No one calls him by name anyway, from what I've seen. I guess you're right. By the way, how are you feeling? Are you really so tired that you can't stand? Yeah, I'm sore everywhere. It's frustrating. I'm pretty sure I'm done for the day. I'm sorry to hear. Oh, I can give you a massage if you want. A massage? Do you even know how to do one properly? Sure. Dad always comes home from work exhausted, and Mom used to work extra shifts back then, so I learned to give him massages to try and help him out a little. Aw, that's very sweet of you. You're probably a model son. You praise me too much. If you want, we can go to the locker room and I can give you a massage there. I'd love to, but I try standing up once more for effect. The same thing as the last 2 times happens, except this time I fall forward. Wow! Jean reacts fast, grabbing me before I can hit the floor. Immediately, I can feel his knees quaking under my weight. Nico-san, you're heavy. Sorry, let me adjust myself. I try sitting back down, but Jun pulls me towards him once more. What? It's fine. Just try to take some of your weight. I'll help you walk to the lockers. Oh, alright. Sorry to interrupt our massage with Jun. We have a few more questions to answer for this Q&A. And these are the final questions too, so this is all the questions I've managed to get in time for this video. Our first question comes from Kat Hirayushi, who asks, what's your favorite animal? And the emoji, I think that's what it should be, didn't pop up. Sorry about that, but favorite animal. I mean, for dogs, I'd probably say I've always loved German Shepherds. Just, it's weird, like, growing up, like, half German, I kind of thought, hey, if I had a persona, it should be a German Shepherd. Kind of deviated away from that a little bit. I was a fan of raccoons for a little while with the whole Sly Cooper series. That's how I started getting into this fandom. Interesting story on that. I fell in love with some of the playthroughs for that, and rather than playing the games, I just kind of watched them. Hence how I started falling in love with visual novels. Other than Red Pandas, since, that's my persona, shouldn't have to count for this question. It would be one of my other favorite animals. I'd probably say maybe a puma or a panther would be my other favorite animal because of just how sleek they look and how fast they are. And I was always fast as a kid, and I always thought of those animals when they're like, oh, what kind of animal would you be? And I'm like, they're like a cheetah or a puma, and that eventually deviated to panther. So yeah, if I had to choose a favorite animal besides my persona, Red Panda, I would probably say panther. Our next question comes from Zero Frosthound, who asks, how did you come to be an amateur voice actor, and did you ever want to be a professional one? About the amateur part, you can just kind of do it whenever you want, or just, there's no real qualifications for amateur, you just kind of just show up to it and do it. Yeah, and that's how I did it. I just thought, I'm gonna do it one day. And so I did it, just started doing this on my own channel, and I started just playing around with the voice acting stuff, kind of instead of just doing reading straight through. I just, you kind of just mess around. Basically, I just jumped head first into it. And about the professional part, I've imagined it, but I can't really see it coming true with where I am situationally. I've had that drive to maybe do some voice auditions or whatnot for other people's novels and things like that, but I never get the time to. I'm always studying or doing sports. I play volleyball right now for college, And it just kind of sucks because I feel like if I took one thing off my plate out of those, I would just be able to maybe like mess around with that. But that doesn't mean I don't love what I'm doing now. It just means that I kind of sacrifice this a little bit more than the other things. Thanks for the question, Zero. And our final question comes from Bloodwolf, who asks, what is your favorite anime? Like video games, I don't really watch many shows, don't really watch too much anime, but I have watched some. I would probably say my favorite is One Punch Man. That was a very solid first season. I don't even know if there's a second season. That's how terrible I am with like keeping up with my shows. My second favorite anime would probably have to be The Disastrous Life of Ayokay. If you haven't heard of that, it's on Netflix. It's got about a season and a half on it. It's basically about this psychic person where nobody knows he's psychic other than like his immediate family. And he just tries his best to hide it and just make it seem normal. And it's just all the shenanigans him and everybody else get involved in. Because this dude's like the most normal, down-to-earth person. And then everybody else is freaking insane. Once again, that is The Disastrous Life of Ayokay. Saiki, I think it is. Let me look that up. Typing one hand, this is a bad idea. Yeah, I'm using a phone mic, by the way, so that's why I'm using one hand. Get your mind out of the gutter. Yep, The Disastrous Life of Ayokay. Had to get the name check on it because I feel like I always mess that up. And to conclude our Q&A, thanks guys so much for participating, and thanks for just interacting with my videos and, just hanging around with this stuff. I really appreciate the fact that my videos give this opportunity for you guys to kind of come together and just enjoy the stuff and just enjoy my work. And enough with that emotional babble, let's get back into the video. Jean plops me down on one of the locker room benches and I immediately rest my back on one of the lockers. Thanks for that, and sorry for making you do this. No worries, I'm glad to help. Now about that massage. He stops talking abruptly, looking away. What? Well, usually when you give someone a massage, you want to touch the skin instead of the clothes. My dad used to strip down to his boxers when I gave him massages. Oh. Well, never mind. Forget I said that. This is fine. No, you're right. I don't really feel comfortable taking off my shorts, though. Is just my shirt fine? Yes. I quickly remove my shirt, exposing my sweaty torso to Jean, my fur completely matted and pressed down by the sweat. He looks away for a second before glancing tentatively at me again, his face a little red. Okay. Would you rather I do the front or the back first? What? Well, I mean for the massage. Would you rather I massage your front or your back first? Oh, front? Okay. Sean gets really close to me. So much that I can feel the heat radiating from him. Despite his earlier confidence, he doesn't look me in the eye. He slowly reaches out with his hand and I instinctively hold my breath as it comes closer to my arm. When he finally touches my bicep, I involuntarily twitch, making him gasp in surprise. Sorry. Okay. He brings his other hand to touch me and starts slowly massaging my arm. His ministration is soothing and I can almost feel myself melt into his touch. Damn it, he wasn't lying. He is pretty good at this. I can already feel the muscles in my arm relaxing.
Is this okay? I'm not going too hard, am I?
No, it's fine. Damn it, even though my body is relaxing, my mind just can't relax. This is too awkward. He's still not even looking at me, and his face is bright red. Shun makes sure to massage all of my arm, from the base of my shoulder all the way down to my wrist. He eases the tension and gets rid of some of the dull pain that I was feeling all over my body. By the time he's done with my left arm, it feels completely different from the right, and he immediately sets to work on that. You weren't kidding. You're pretty good at this.
Thanks.
After quite a few minutes that feel like an eternity, a pleasurable eternity, but an eternity nonetheless, Shun finishes massaging both of my arms and comes to a pause, staring at my chest. If you're uncomfortable with it, you don't have to.
No, I'm used to it. It's just weird when it's not my dad. Touching a friend like this is,
Still, he eventually reaches out and places his hands on my pecs, setting to work on them almost immediately, kneading and stroking so expertly that my entire body relaxes. Damn. It takes every fiber of my willpower to keep myself from moaning. It's just that good. I look at the clock in the wall and realize it's already been 20 minutes since we started. Damn, there's less than an hour of practice left. Even if I have a perfectly valid explanation for this, I still don't want to end up being caught in this situation.
yeah, alright. I'm done with your chest. Now for your, lower body.
My attention shifts back to my own senses when he talks to me, and that's when I notice something wrong. Just as Joan starts to look down... What? It's okay. I'm fine. Totally fine. I jump up faster than I ever judged possible, immediately turning away from him. It's embarrassing to say that I reacted too much to his touch. There's no way I can let him see me like this.
What? But I'm not done yet. I still have to do your legs and your back.
There's no need for it. I already feel invigorated. See, 100%. I flex the muscles for display, desperately trying to convince him to drop it.
But we haven't gone all the way yet. I want to help you.
Oh yes, you can certainly help me if you... What the hell am I thinking? Stop it, brain. Bad, bad, bad. Get your mind out of the gutter. I shouldn't even be having these sort of thoughts. Shun is a guy. And my friend. You already have. I told you, I'm as good as new. I can even stand now, see? It's at moments like this when I'm happy for the adrenaline rush. No way I could be standing without it.
Alright. I guess you're right. There's no reason to keep going if it's already done its job.
Yes, exactly. No reason.
Well, if you're really okay, I'm gonna go watch Chev-kun trying out practice.
I'm totally fine. I'll be there in a second. Jun nods firmly, smiling brightly. I can see his fangs poking from his smile, and that's absolutely adorable. I wonder how he'd look if... No! Bad, bad, bad! As soon as he leaves, I immediately drop all of my weight back on the bench, making it creak. such a piece of work, you know. Of all the times for you to act up. I guess it's been a while since I've gotten someone's attention down there. Great. And now I'm talking to myself again. And that ends our hour-and-a-half marathon of Tennis Ace. And yep, ironically we end with Jun and then start this day with Jun. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize how interesting that part was. I didn't think that there was going to be any suggestive stuff in the prologue. I didn't really get any of that stuff until later, like the character select days or like the day 13s and stuff. Yeah, I can't believe that totally flew over my head the first time I read it. But hopefully that doesn't happen on day 9 at the piano competition. Oh boy. Yeah, so moving on from that, yeah, this was a very long episode for me to record and kind of organize and get the stuff together, questions, all that. I also have kind of what is like the equivalent of midterms, but like the first of like 2 or 3 this coming week. So my schedule for videos is going to be very, very limited for this weekend. This will probably be the only video coming up. So that means I don't know if After Class or Echo is going to get a video this week. But yeah, after that, next week I'll be a lot more free. So thanks for watching my stuff and really enjoying the visual novels I choose. When I started this channel, I thought, I'm going to do the stuff I love, and if other people like it, they're going to come and see it. And so that's what's happening. I didn't want to be like a trend follower, be like, oh, this is popular, and then not really like the series myself. All of the series I play, I really enjoy, and found myself and went, yes, I'm definitely going to play this. And yeah, other than that, what else can I say then? Thanks guys for this. You really make my dreams of creating videos for an audience come true. Without fans, you'd just be creating videos for a void of nothing. Anyway, take care guys.